guys, I am Tamima and this is Real Talk Access. So you're wondering, what is Real Talk Access? So basically, my team and I decided, because you guys have been so amazing in supporting us, we actually want to give you guys sort of like a behind the scene look at what goes into making the show. Because a lot of the time when you see me, I'm very made up, very proper on set with my guests, and I have to really be very put together, trying to carry the topics that we're trying to discuss. Well, access is basically where you and I get to connect. Yani, ile tunajuana. So probably I'm going to be showing you some behind the scene look at what it takes to make Real Talk, starting off from how I land on set. Yes, guys, I do wear a dira. I actually prefer wearing diras. They are so comfortable. Waswahili mnanifeel. So literally when I'm in production, why I like wearing diras is because within 5 minutes of getting on set, I have to change. And depending on what day it is, I'm either trying out 10 outfits, and I kid you not, there are days I've worn, I think, even 30 outfits. Because we film in blocks, so I'll do like almost 19 episodes in 5 days. So that's a lot of outfit changes. Sometimes the outfits work, sometimes they don't. So that means that, yeah, I spend a lot of time wearing clothes before I get into production. I have a huge team. You guys only get to see me. And I kid you not, it takes a village. With Real Talk with Tamima, it takes a village. I have producers, huge technical crew, assistants, styling, wardrobe, makeup. Like, it's ridiculous, guys. Like just a small iota of what goes into building up this thing that is called Real Talk with Tamima. So I'm going to give you a backstage pass so that you can see what our backstage looks like. I'm hanging out with a crew here. Get to see what the studio looks like empty, because a lot of the times when you guys see the studio, it's full of the audience, it's full of the guests, and we're showing you our best side. And the one thing I have to say, I have an amazing team that works on my set. Literally, these guys will work tirelessly. After every episode, someone is going to be in there cleaning, making sure the carpet is clean, sweeping and whatnot. It takes a village. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional. Thank you for making my dream count in a lot of ways. Wow. I need some tissue. Yeah. Wow, yeah. Yeah, that's true story, guys. And I see a lot of you guys asking me, Tamima, I want to be part of the Real Talk team. So I'll maintain as well. Switch TV is an equal opportunity employer, but sometimes we do have opportunities in terms of internships. And in this last shoot that I came from, we actually offered some internships to a few young men and women. And if you're in media and this is a space you want to get into, I urge you, please go onto our website on Switch TV, apply to be an intern on Real Talk, because it's 5 days of seeing how amazing television is made. You get to see the whole shebang. And is it exhausting, you ask? Oh my God, it is. It takes a lot of discipline. And I don't know, I don't think that I could have come off school and landed on this chair to do this. No, I literally believe in that whole thing about connecting the dots backwards. I kind of believe that every show I've hosted, every opportunity I've had to be a presenter on TV, whether I'm doing a music show, a breakfast show, a primetime show, even any interview, it really prepared me to be a presenter on Real Talk with Tamima, because then, first of all, I'm comfortable with who I am in front of the camera. A lot of the times I see your feedback like, oh my God, Tamima, that was a good show. Tamima, were you okay today? And a lot of the were you okay today comments will usually come from shows that we taped towards the latter days of production. So I really try my best so that you guys don't get to notice when I'm tired. And I have an amazing team, guys. I kid you not. I usually have someone at hand who's giving me water, Red Bull, food, just to make sure that you don't get tired. Because we need you to be on your A game. If you're not on your A game, then all this doesn't work out. And in terms of the topics and whatnot, a lot of the topics that I choose to do, you guys, it's you guys who inspire me. A lot of the topics that I'll choose to do, a lot of the times, it's from someone's feedback, someone's DM, someone's question to me. Then I'll be like, okay, we need to do a topic on this just to raise more awareness, bring this issue to light. And I really, really welcome and value your feedback, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, even on Twitter. And I know that I may not always respond as quickly as you want me to, but I do always respond. Now, let me talk about the crossover episode, because I saw your feedback on this show and I felt that it was a very important show for us to do. I've worked in entertainment for years. Welcome back to the Morning Express Entertainment with me, Tamima. And I've come across gospel personalities. And like you, sometimes you have to question because they're not really walking the talk. So now more than ever, we're at a time when yale ambayo yanafanyika gizani, you know, when you're trying to hide your dirty laundry, eventually it comes out in the open. And unfortunately, it's happened to the likes of DK and whatnot. And I kind of feel like it's a very good conversation that we must have, because for you, you have to start asking yourself, who are your icons? Why do I look up to this person? And I really love something that Burale said in that show, which I saw a lot of guys putting up as their comments or as their status. And it's not a gospel industry, it's a gospel ministry.
The number of likes for your song does not underscore the spirituality of that song. You understand?
I totally love that in the show, because what he was saying, it's not about fame, it's not about money, it's about changing lives. It's about having a message that is so powerful. And I've had instances whereby I listen to a song, I don't even know the artists, but how that song makes you feel. And even in the context of artists that I do know, there are people I've walked up to, and let me use Rafton as an example. He'll tell you this, his song, Mungu Baba, every time I hear that song, and I'll always tell him, Raf, that song is anointed. Because when you listen to it, it carries you, it does something to your spirit. So I really pray and hope that, especially with the younger artists, you'll get to a place when you'll know who you are. You'll not let all this, when I say all this, I mean the attention, the thing about followers, you know, trying to be this larger than life persona. And again, just to quote my friend Burale, he's greater. So when you start being greater than God, then there's a problem there. We've also done a show on atheists. Before we did this show, I was a bit worried. And I'll tell you why I was worried. I was worried because of your reactions and your feedback. But I really believe that it's a conversation that needed to have been had, because I cannot tell you the amount of times I've sat next to people my age and they have a complicated relationship with religion. And I say complicated relationship with religion either because of what they have seen, in that you have people who are purported to be, you know, sort of like the ministers of the Lord on earth, and they act anything but. So with that in mind, it's interesting that globally, when you look at atheism, it's quickly becoming very popular. I don't necessarily have to agree with the views of anyone who comes on the show, but I have to respect where they're coming from. And that's the whole idea behind Real Talk. Sort of like trying to use conversation and talk as a way to have meaningful dialogue, meaningful change towards culture. And I have to say, you guys surprised me as well, and I'm proud of you, because the reaction was not as bad or as horrible as I thought it was going to be. Actually, most of you guys were sympathetic of the atheists. From the form of the atheists, I really do wish Harrison and team the best, and you as well, in terms of just trying to figure out what does it all mean. I can be a bit of a philosopher, so I don't want to get into all that, but in the context of that show, thanks for tuning in, thanks for your feedback. We also did a show on the pain of infertility, and this was a very eye-opening show, and it's definitely a topic that I would love to touch again in the context of Real Talk, because when we did the show, I realized that this is something that so many women are struggling with, not just women, even men. And I would urge you, if this is something that you feel is a constant struggle in your life, it's great to DM me, it's great to leave me a message, but also make a point, go to the nearest healthcare facility next to you. Go see a doctor, yeah? Don't assume, don't be that chick who's writing to me telling me you've not seen your period in close to a year, or you're having heavy bleeding. I would love to help you. And the most I can always tell you is I sympathize, especially when it comes to medical issues. I do sympathize. But at the end of the day, you have to go talk to an expert. And the thing about infertility, I think it's a conversation that we must keep having. I've done a show on adoption, and a lot of people might not really connect the two. But unfortunately, in this life, depending on the kind of cards that you're dealt with, some people may not be able to have kids at all, irrespective of any sort of intervention. So with that in mind, we must also now start being more open about what other options are there available to you in this road to parenthood. You can adopt a child. You can actually use a surrogate, and I love the fact that we're able to actually bring on a real life surrogate just to show that there are women who actually help other women who are suffering with infertility, or couples as well. And I think we've seen it in Hollywood. Hollywood, it's more of a choice when you see a celebrity choosing not to carry their own child. But in the context of us talking about it in the Africa setting, it's usually coming from a place of pain, because we are brought up to believe in that whole thing of family, blood, my kin and whatnot. But I also feel like there are so many children in this world who don't have parents, who don't have guardians, and perhaps if birthing a child is not available to you, I kind of feel like there needs to be more sensitization to couples around adoption. Yeah, because there's so many kids, too many kids lost in the system because they don't have anyone to take care of them. Let me just take a couple of your comments and feedback on the show. So Johanna Irush, this is about the atheist show. Yesterday's talk is still on my mind. Someone who's alive claiming that God doesn't exist. Well, to each his own. Then someone else here is saying, load. This is Catherine Omushioya. Catherine, you're saying you love the infertility show. It was awesome for sure. Aki kama kweli a 50-year-old woman akona hope kwamba atapokea mtoi. Mbona mimi nife moyo. I need some help too because I've been married for 3 years and not yet got even that of a miscarriage that can even give me some hope. But nina imani kuwa wakati wangu wa kubarikiwa haujafika. May God have mercy for all women who cry day and night just like me to have children. Catherine, I really do wish you the best. And like I said, you've been trying for 3 years, because what Dr. told us is that after trying for a full year and you're not getting pregnant, then you have to go seek medical help. Then a lot of guys also keep asking, how can I be part of the audience on Real Talk with Temima? So let me just say that I film in blocks. So I'm probably going to be filming again end of June. So when that happens on Switch TV, on my personal handles, we'll always promote and advertise and ask you to come be part of our audience. So follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter for those updates, as well as Switch TV. Then here I have Rike, who's saying, Tamima, your shows have revealed things that the society hides from us youth. Keep it up, Tamima. Thank you so much, Rick. Then Sally Din Masharia is saying, looking forward to learn and to know much from you. Thank you so much. Then as well, someone here saying that always an inspiring show. This is from Doreen Mugo. Thank you, Doreen. This is from Rike, again saying, I love the show, Tamima. Thank you so much for me and my entire team. Hey Real Talkers, I'm Tamima, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in to Real Talk week after week. Now, if you want to catch up on all episodes that you may have missed, please go on to YouTube, search Switch TV, and click on the subscribe button.